strategy is definitely going to affect the human resource planning. My company's goal, okay, today for this year it was, for last year it was suppose 100. This year it is 125. Last year it was 100. This year the goal is 125. 100, I require 100 people. Now it is 125. So I will require 125 people. So company strategy growing, it's a growing trend from 100 to 125. Automatically it is going to affect the HRP. We will require more manpower to achieve this new target, that is 125. Number two, organizational growth cycle. Increase, steady growth, then the peak, and then the down. Okay, so on the basis of that, in which stage of growth our organization is, based on that, we have to take a call for human resources. For example, it is on the growing stage. Definitely, we will require to do the human resource planning very effectively, because we will require more manpower. When it is at the stagnant stage, okay, again we have to do the HRP, but I don't think there is any need of the manpower. Why? If the supply is enough, then because it is at the stagnant level, stable level, then no addition is required if there is no deletion. If it is at the decline stage, then no addition is required. Human resource planning strategies will be changed according to the organizational growth cycle stage. Third one is the labor market. That factor is also affecting the human resource planning. Availability of people in the market, skilled people in the market, that is going to affect the human resource planning. We don't have. So we have to find out a person from internal market. Internal market, again, we don't have. In our existing employee inventory, we don't have. So then we have to develop people and we have to occupy those vacant positions. Then outsourcing is again a factor that affects the HRP. A certain activities in the organization outsource to a third party. That is going to affect the HRP, because when we have conducted the HRP, we have taken that these activities will be with us and we have planned for that. And now it is outsourced, so it is going to be this factor is going to affect the entire human resource planning process. And last one is the environmental uncertainties is also going to affect the human resource planning. We want to expand in, for example, in a particular country, and then we have did the HRP, we have recruited the people, selected the people, want to depute people now, and ties with that countries got some problem, and that country announced that we don't want to do the business, or our country announced that now we don't want to do any business with them. So in that case, these type of things, environmental uncertainties, are going to create a problem. Suppose a war is going to take place, so we can't shift our people there for expansion. So it is going to affect the human resource planning process. So these are the factors which are going to affect the human resource planning, that is company strategy, organizational growth cycle, labor market, outsourcing, environmental uncertainties. Now we'll move towards the next part, that is process of human resource planning. There are 5 stages in this particular process. First one is we have to set the objective, then demand forecast, supply forecast, net manpower calculation, and strategy finalization. So outcome part, that is there. The first step is setting the objective. For why we are doing the HRP? Because we want to use our resources, human resources, efficiently. Now this is the main broad objective. We want to spend on human resources, but we don't want to waste our money on human resources. This is a thin line. And this is the broader objective of human resource planning. That we have to set first. It may be about promoting good people in the organization and occupying the vacant positions. It may be about increase in growth rate of organization. Last year, our organization's total growth rate was, for example, we'll take example of 15%. Now it is again, they have said they will grow, but they will grow with a speed of 23%. These points will help us to finalize the objectives for a particular human resource process, human resource planning process. Once we have finalized the objective, then we'll also see that in the objective part, which are the departments for which we are going to do this human resource planning process. Whether it is for one department, whether it is for two departments, or whether it is for an entire organization. Based on that, our objectives will be get finalized. Then we will go for forecasting demand for human resources. Now, demand forecasting, we have few techniques available with us. We have how many people are required to complete this particular target in a given time period. That is nothing but the demand forecast. For doing this forecast scientifically, we have some tools available. Trend analysis, ratio analysis, Delphi techniques we can use to calculate how many people are required to complete this particular task in these many days. That is called as demand forecasting. Now we'll take the example. My company is having one salesperson in Pune. Target given to him is 200 per month. Okay. So the person is completing the target 200 in a 1 month. Now, I have decided that from Pune market, it's a potential market. So the target will be, suppose 400. How many people are there? How many people will require in Pune market to complete the target 400? 200 for 201 person, 400, 2 persons will be required. This is called as a demand forecasting. Forecasting the demand of human resources. How many people will they require? And with the help of the techniques which I have already shared with you, we can calculate that. Once we have calculated the demand forecast, then the third part will be the supply forecast. That is what, how many people are currently available with us for that particular designation. For example, sales personnel. How many sales personnel are available in Pune? We'll take the last example, which I have explained few minutes back. In Pune, we have only one salesperson. And that is what the supply. That is what the supply. Anyone we can put into it? Is it available? That we have to find out. We can use employee inventory which is available with us. We can do head counts and we can find out how many people are available. Now these are the things we can check and we can find out the supply. We can find out the availability of employee for a particular designation in a particular area. At the same time, we have to also predict that how many people in next year will leave our company. How many people because of health reasons will not be available in next year for work. These predictions again we have to do when we are going to do the supply. Then we are going to calculate the supply of human resources in an organization. It's not only about head count. I have did the head count and I said, okay, 8 is there, 7 is available. Okay. But of all these 7, our entire